Superbikes have got a fantastic following there. I seem to have a good crowd support as well. Maybe it's because I lost the championship there a few years back in 2010, but it's always good to be up here. I know the motorcycle industry is big in this sort of region, and again, I'm out tomorrow at the Thunder Sprint, so yeah, spending a few days up here, and next week I've got some busy days doing MSV track days that I do as well, so a few bits of tuition to new riders and potential race riders as well, so they keep me busy.
They do indeed, and on the subject of Alton Park, congratulations on a thrilling last race. It was the first time I'd ever been to the Superbikes, and my heart was in my throat as you and Shaky were swapping and changing on that last race.
Yeah.
Gutted that you lost out. You came second, did you not?
Yeah.
But it was a brilliant race. Thanks so much for it, man.
Yeah, it was a fantastic weekend again. I mean, the first race that we had was brought forward from Brands Hatch, the first round of the championship. The second race was cancelled, so the first race was brought onto Alton Park, which I like due to the fact that we qualified on pole at Alton Park last weekend, and fortunately, yeah, qualified on pole instead of exactly the weekend, but started on 16th on the grid. So I had my work cut out, but just kept a strong mind and battled my way through, charged through the pack, and before I knew it, I was leading the race, and we won the first race at Alton Park. We had a fourth in iffy conditions, typical British Superbike race where it decides to rain 5 minutes before the race, and halfway through it dries up and the sun comes out. And the last race was pretty close between me and Shaky. She didn't have the legs on me at the end, and unfortunately lost out, but we had a first, fourth and a second, so fantastic weekend for Swan Yamaha.
How do you as a rider cope with changing conditions? Because I was only there for the Monday last week at the Superbikes, and it was soaking wet when I got there. I was struggling to just walk around, and then it was still wet when you guys went out on track for the first race on the Monday, but by halfway through the race, the old wet weather tyres must have been shredded.
Yeah, we rely on someone like yourself being so tall. They can see the weather coming in and see what's going to change. But no, it's always a bit of a gamble for riders and for teams. I mean, you sit on the grid, you start panicking, and it definitely knocks a few months off my life when I'm sitting there panicking about a tyre situation. I mean, it means a lot to me. I think if you're a rider on the grid, you didn't really care. Maybe a bit of time you need to stop, but I'm panicking, making sure we make the right tyre choice, and yeah, it's always a bit difficult in them situations where it just decides to rain more and the sun comes out, and yeah, it's changing conditions. But then again, it's the same for everyone. We're all out there on Pirelli tyres, so everyone's got the same options of tyres to choose from, and it could be down to the team to make the decision or the rider. It depends how they go into the race, or how the team's made a strategy to decide whether the rider makes the decision or the team makes the decision.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So, how often do you ride every weekend, every other weekend anyway, and as you say, you do these MSV track days?
Yes.
You do those. How often do you just get on your bike and go out for a blast? I only ask because I'm curious, because I was doing a bike thing last year, and I was talking to Cal Fogarty, and he says he only ever goes out when it's above 20 degrees outside. I mean, he spent most of his life on a bike. How often do you just get on your bike and go, you know what, sorry, I'm just going out for a blast?
Well, I'm going to shock you now, so if you're listening, maybe sit down, but Tommy Hill doesn't actually have a bike licence. Yeah, so I know I'm making a joke, but I don't have a bike licence. It's probably the best way, actually. It's probably good for people that are out on the track and off the track, actually on the road. But yeah, for me, I passed my CVT when I was 16. My mate was waiting for me because he knew I raced, and at weekends I was charging around my 600cc tuned super sport bike, and in the week I was riding 50cc moped at 29 miles an hour. So that's as far as I got, because as soon as I passed the test, I met with a mate that just passed these tests, and 3 miles down the road, I crashed, and I blamed it on the roundabout actually, and smashed my Yamaha B that was up into 2 pieces, and that was the end of my road riding career, so I don't have a licence.
I would love to be a fly on the wall at the training school when you show up. Hi, I'm Tommy Hill, can you put me through my licence please? I could just imagine the faces like, what do I teach you?
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit difficult, but then at the end of the day, I mean, if I went for a test, I know a few riders. Max Biaggi, one of the most famous motorcycle racers there is, and he didn't pass his test. I think, yeah, a lad like me might turn up and maybe be a bit cocky to the instructor, and they could just give me a big red cross and decide to fail me. But apart from CBT, that went pretty well. And yeah, since then, since 16, I'm now knocking on now 27 years old, and I haven't got a bike licence. I think for me, like, you know, I race week in, week out, and always racing the bike, and the way I try to sort of get away from the sport, if you like, is going to motocross riding, trial bike riding. I love off-road, so that's what I tend to do.
Wow, you're genuinely shocked me then, man. You're genuinely shocked me. Tommy Hill does not have a bike licence. Do you need to get a race licence? I assume you must do to actually take part in the British Superbikes.
Yeah, I've definitely got one of those licences, so they wouldn't let me on the track. But yeah, we've got an ACU licence, which is like the governing body of our sport, our racing sport, and that's what we have to do. You know, you go through the ranks. We start off. I started off on a clubman. Most people would start off on like a novice or a restricted clubman. But due to the fact that me holding the licence before an ACU British Motocross Championships, I was being able to have experience on the bike and stepped up some of the licence grades. So yeah, it was a learning curve. You know, going through the ranks, starting on a pretty 125 Super Team Challenge, and then going through to a 600, and yeah, during the week riding a 50cc moped.
I can imagine some of these guys out there, because we're at Robinsons Rochdale and there's loads of bikes pulled up outside on the street. In fact, somebody just pulled up in a Rocket 3 by the looks of it. One of the biggest bikes there is. You can imagine somebody pulling up next to you at the lights on a 50cc scooter. Hi.
I've overtaken a few scooters because I do a lot of cycling on the road.
Right.
That's the funniest thing, and I can see the heads pop off. They almost want to try and take me out in the next set of roundabouts or lights, because I occasionally pass some people that are on 50cc moped.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. You know they're only doing 28 miles an hour. There's usually restricted ones out there, but occasionally I'm passing on my road bike going outside.
Do you have to like wear the Swan Yamaha colours when you're out there just cycling?
No, I won't do that. I might get a few people that want to try and race me.
Bit too obvious there.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite nice to sort of, yeah, I've got a good following around my area, it's just down to the radio stations or newspapers, but yeah, I try to just get out and do some cycling, but it's normally just in some sexy light.
Men in spandex. There's the girls in spandex, yeah, I get a sneaky feeling that you don't look that good.
What?
No, that you wouldn't look that
suits.
good. No, girls, you look great. I get the feeling that you wouldn't look quite that good in spandex.
I don't know about that. My legs aren't as bald as theirs, but, and I haven't got the hair either. I need to work on my spray tan.
We've not got spray tans.
Oh.
This is au natural.
Dude, I think you've upset me.
Oh, we better move on. We better go to the other side of the showroom.
So moving on to safer ground, dude, what's your plan